Hello people, Jugglet here. Yes, this is another concept you all voted and it's Pennywise time. If you do enjoy these videos or any of my videos, please consider liking and subscribing as it will help the channel grow. And with that said in mind, with the next voting system, I'm just going to say if you want to leave a comment of any kill you'd like to see me create, then just comment on this video and I will consider every single one. And if I see only 4, I'll put those 4 into the voting system, and whoever wins, I'll try and design a power/perk setup for them. Okay, Pennywise, also known as It, is a really strange villain and I want to tap into how I think he should be. So I'm going to use the Oni as a baseline killer, a killer who starts weak and builds up power. Pennywise in the film slowly builds up fear into the kids of Derry, eventually becoming very, very powerful because of how much they have fed him their fear. So we're going to use the fear as his main tool, similar to how Oni builds up blood or the Doctor builds up madness. Pennywise, aka the Fear, will start the trial as an M1 killer with 1 secondary ability. Balloons. You can place balloons around the map. You start the trial with 8 of them and you can place them anywhere you want. They're fairly obvious as they are red and floating. If a survivor comes into contact with a balloon, let's say within 2 meters, the balloon bursts, Pennywise gains 2 stacks of fear and the survivor suffers from the oblivious status effect for 20 seconds. Hitting a survivor also grants 2 stacks of fear. Once reaching 8 stacks of fear, Pennywise has the option to shapeshift into Skitter form. The survivors hear laughter as a map-wide sound to alert you of this form starting. This phase lasts 45 seconds. Whilst in this form, you can see the auras of all balloons you placed on the map. Pressing the secondary ability button causes the balloon you're focused on to burst. If any survivors are within 20 meters of the burst balloon, they scream, revealing their auras for 3 seconds. Any survivor not in chase with Pennywise in Skitter form can stare at him and reduce his power by 1 second by holding line of sight with Pennywise. This will reduce its power by a maximum of 4 seconds, so 16 seconds in total. So the survivors can work together to try and stop Pennywise and reduce his power a little bit. If a survivor is put into the dying state whilst Pennywise is in Skitter form, any survivor staring at Pennywise will stop in fear and gradually gain their movement speed back after 3 seconds. To choose when to stare at Pennywise, it could be costly. Once Pennywise has ended his Skitter form, he goes back into his normal form, which is just clown form. Any hits you gained on the survivor during Skitter form will grant you 1 stack of fear. Balloons don't pop during Skitter form unless you pop them yourself. I feel like this power would be true to how he's in the book/films. So the average match would go something like this. You've got Pennywise at the start of the trial trying to get those early hits in, similar to how Oni needs to get his early hits in. He would get a hit on a survivor and have his balloons placed around the map, but you'd want to place them either A, near generators, or B, near loops. You either want the survivors to hit them whilst you're in clown form to make them oblivious and make chases slightly easier for yourself, or you want to save them to pop yourself once you're in Skitter form, but that's down to the player, how you want to play it. Obviously, once you are in Skitter form, you're moving pretty fast, but it can be reduced. It's 45 seconds, and once that time's over, if you've hit no one with it and the survivors play really smart, you've gained nothing. You've not even gained any more stacks of fear, so he is counterable. 45 seconds is a relatively long time, but it can be reduced down to 29 seconds if every single survivor managed to hold line of sight with him, similar to how you'd hold line of sight with Ghostface to bring him out of stealth form. But yeah, I think that's the main idea for Pennywise, how I would do him if I was designing this killer, because it gives him that strong chase potential. He's not an insta-down killer like Oni, he's not an insta-down killer like Myers, but he is stealthy and fast for a duration of time. I think it'd be right to say that he could gain 1 stack of fear every minute, because if every single survivor just pre-drops every single pallet, he would never get his form. I'd also consider that his spider form is still classed as a basic attack, so it would make him stronger with certain perks. But that's the idea for Pennywise, and let's get onto his perks. So perk 1 will be Hex Wall Flow. At the start of the trial, a Hex Totem spawns, which causes all other Hex Totems, including this one, to move positions every 60 seconds. So if a survivor's 5 seconds away from cleansing it and it moves just at the wrong time, unlucky, it starts again. This is a perk which could be really frustrating, but also really crap. These kind of Hex Totem ones are just a bit of pot luck. Perk 2 will be Fear Me. Every time a totem is cleansed, the killer gains 5% movement speed for 30 seconds. It's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. So if you cleanse a normal totem or a hex totem, any form of totem, you're gaining 5% movement speed to the killer. It doesn't stack, but it would reset the timer. Say if, let's say Undying is cleansed, you gain 5% movement speed, but at the same time, or 5 seconds later, someone cleanses Devour Hope. the timer goes up, but the movement speed doesn't stack. So it could be 30 seconds plus another 25 seconds. It's 55 seconds of 5% increased movement speed. It's never going to constantly stack up, but the actual timer will. Perk 3 would be hide and seek. When a survivor enters a locker, all lockers within 60 meters of that locker are highlighted in yellow to the killer. So it gives some form of knowledge if a survivor is just jumping in lockers, or at the end of the game when there's only one survivor left, they just want to hide in a locker, try and wait out the hatch. You will know exactly where they are or whereabouts they are in certain areas. So basically, if there's only one locker there, that'll be highlighted in yellow. If there's 3, all 3 of them will be. That's the idea of the perks. Anyway, if you did enjoy this killer idea, just let me know in the comment section. Take care.